Good morning, guys. A good, great morning to all of those who tune into the realest thing in the world, coming to you from Guyana. This here, you're catching me up on my first sip of water in 12 hours. So maybe last night, 6 o'clock. Now's the time. Okay, just quarter after 7. About that time, I stopped drinking liquids yesterday. So 12 hours, no liquids. Because the body's going to hold on to anything that it can get now. So you just give the body enough liquid, not more liquid than it needs, just enough. So let me give you all a breakdown of the new photo. This is me at the Research Institute of Tehri University in New Delhi, India. This here, you guys figure that out, is one of India's most famous cricketers. And the background there, this beautiful scenery in the background there, is the Region 1 Burima Waini, up the Waini River. Me going out early morning and shoaling. So, Crystal, good morning. Reena, good morning. Yogesh, good morning. Abdul, Marcia, Meren, Sita, Rini, Kamal, Kamla, sorry. Mark, Annie. Colin, Tabu, good great morning to you. So let me tell you guys. So I put up a piece there giving you guys a bit of details of how my fasting is going. I'm just in about 34, now 35 hours of fasting. And we got 24 by, how much more we got? 24 by 5 is 120 minus 35. 85 hours we got to go, right? And I check it by days, but when you're doing something for your health, you got to be rigid about it. And I just see some photos where I was 236 pounds. I care how you get to 250. There's 20 pounds, man. There's 20 pounds. How do you get back? How do you go back there? How do you veer back into this bullshit? This bullshit. Right? Literally, basically, in short terms, I fucked up there. You understand? The worst case scenario should be when you attain your ideal body weight. It's supposed to be a 5 pounds up or down, right? But then I ask myself, like Christmas time comes, oh, now is the wrong time. You get all the nice things. They taste nice. They're not good for you. Sugar and the sugars and the things that are offered Christmas time are not good for you, except as a turkey, a baked turkey, good source of protein, baked chicken and all them things. All them sweets and forage or whatever you call it, chocolates and ice, no good for you. I've started doing a sorbet where you just take the fruits, strawberries and everything else, watermelons and everything else, and freeze it. You dice it up, freeze it, and then you mix it with a little bit of milk. And I'm trying to figure out what is the ideal area to get it right, because I'm looking at cow's milk. And I'm looking, and you gotta get the cow's milk when already highly processed. Not cow milk out of a box. And I could get cow milk. I just get cow milk from Wakenham and Legwan. Right? Real cow milk. Where you see a thick cream. When you boil it, you get thick cream at the top. Right? So I'm looking at that. I'm looking at when I come off, because one of the things I got doing the next 5 days is look at how I'm going to be refeeding. So my plan is to start with pear and eggs. And then I want to build a shake. You got to build a shake. You understand? Because what I'm going to do, remember we used to make Coke long time. You know about Coke? Robbie, you know about Coke? But Coke, there's mixed egg. And you got it, you're mixing the egg and it's around in something that is around warm water. So the egg cooking, but it has texture. It's drinkable well. You understand? So it's not raw. Right? But even raw, if you could take the egg raw is though. So I want to mix something with egg, pear, some nuts that can give me a complete thing. Because an egg is about 4 to 7 calories. And here was one of the problems. So let me tell you One of me problems. Yes, Sunil Gavaskar. Yeah, that is, the photo is, this photo is the Taj Hotel in New Delhi. And this one is the Institute, Research Institute for the University of Terry. So here was one of the problems. I never check the calories. So I'm on a carnivore diet where I only eat meat. I'm not using sweet and all these things. So it makes me feel good. No pain in my joints. I ain't got no problems. Health problems, wise stomach problems, everything tip-top with me. But I'm regaining weight. First it was weight, knee problem, gout, different problems. I ain't got no problem, but weight. Now, you would want to think that I would have researched everything. I read about everything. Unfortunately, I did not. Yesterday, as a God above me, I kid you not, in all of my healthy living research, I did not research one thing. And this shows you the reason I'm telling you these things. If you want to think I'm a fool, yes, total jackass. Total jackass. There's one thing that I did not research. I knew how the stomach worked, the gut biome, insulin, different hormones that are triggered by different foods, everything. I know. Fasting, I research it, autophagy, ketosis, what are the effects of that, when does it kick in, I research everything. You want me to tell you the one thing we mean to research? You would not believe. If the world got the realest thing and the biggest scunt is me. Yesterday, then I started researching caloric intake, calories. So I eat this large amount of meat on a daily basis. And I never check how much calories. Because although the content, carbs are more prone to store as fat, anything that extra in the body is going to be stored as fat. So a 16-ounce steak is about 800 calories. Right? Now, me only eat steak in a day. But partner, me eat before 16-ounce steak, when me go sit down, beef, chicken, pork, when me eat meat, so I was going over my caloric intake, think that I was doing good for myself. Portion is the problem. No. You know how much egg I eat? When I eat eggs, it's about 74 calories in an egg by 6. 444 calories. Now, what my body needs at 6'2", and where my ideal, to keep me in ideal shape and weight, is between 2,200 to 2,500 calories. So imagine, I chow down for 6 trees is 18 right away. That's lunch. Well, I don't eat in the morning. Then, if you add anything to the D-Shore, cruising at 2 meals a day, I am using 3,000 calories. Now, here with the laugh there. If I am in a calorie deficit, I don't want to go down to 2,000 to be hungry. If I'm running a calorie deficit, here it is. And these are numbers. And last night, I've been on it this morning. I wake up and look at it and I say, how could you be so foolish? How you check everything else? You know the processes, but you didn't do the maths. So, let me put it for you. Your body needs 2,200. My body needs. Women do about 2,000 calories a day on average size woman. If it's a woman mammoth, she need more. Not to say she needs more, but she'd be using more to fuel that chunk of meat that she's moving around, fixated with a brain on it. Right? No. And men too. So, we're fixing at 2,500 calories. Do you know how much calories is equivalent to a pound of fat? 3,500 calories is equivalent to a pound of fat. Now, I'm doing some numbers for you. That means I could consume enough calories on a daily basis to gain a pound of fat. One day. If my body is not using, because here what happened. When we said 2,500 calories is needed, it's for an active person, by the way. You can't consume 2,500 calories and sit down whole day in an office. You're gone overboard there. Or drive whole day in a truck. An active person. Right? So you put in, and then some go take out for exercise, some go take out for work. Processing, sleep and processing information in the mind takes a lot. Burns a lot of energy. But as you can see in Guyana, people don't think much, right? Look at the Attorney General and smelly smell situation. We can talk about that just now. The Attorney General has filed a lawsuit against Melissa Ann Atwell, and I'm going to talk about that just now. Because now this is something with substance. There is something to talk about. Melissa Atwell's utterances is not unfathomable. When somebody answers from a legal perspective, when the Attorney General is going to answer, we're going to look at that just now. Right? See how that makes sense. So I'm telling you, me never check calories. I never looked at my caloric intake. Right? So, yesterday I started research and getting into it. Now, if you want to lose weight and you're exercising and you're running with a calorie deficit of about 500 calories a day, you would take a week. You would take 1 week to get rid of 1 pound. Bear in mind, listen to me, it takes 1 week of efficient diet and exercise to get rid of 1 pound. Efficient diet and exercise. Because if the body feels that it's in starvation mode, if you don't do it right, the body will hold on at all costs if it goes into starvation mode. It takes 1 week, 7 days of diet, the right diet and exercise. You're eating, when you say the right diet, is you're eating with a calorie deficit of 500 calories a day to lose 1 pound, because it's 3,500 calories is a pound of fat. And if you had a binge day, wake up in the morning and had a 1,500 calorie breakfast, like one of them thing out of IHOP. And then lunchtime you do like me with 3-4 steak. 3 is 24. 800 calories. What's going on? 3 is 24. So lunchtime I don't get me full calorie intake. You don't get 1,500 in the morning. Lunchtime you get 25, close to 2,500 with a steak. Remember, you got to think about the side, and so all the sweet sauce, all of the sugars and calories, right? And then you do something for dinner, and during the day you're drinking 2 soda. You could put on a pound of fat in a day because you got 3,500 extra calories. You could put on, let me say you're doing 3,500. Let me say you're doing 1,700 above your 2,500 needed calories for operate during the day. You get 2,500, and you eat big steak, you bring a party, you eat enough chocolate, enough sweet and all them things. No. You only get something in 2 days you put on a pound. In 2 days you put on a pound doing nothing, not noticing it. You could put on a pound of weight in 2 days. You could put on a pound of weight in 2 days, not noticing it, with no effort. And to take off a pound of weight, it will take 7 days of hard work. So here what you gotta do. You can't eat and hustle for get rid of it. You gotta make sure you don't put in nothing that's gonna put you at a disadvantage. Outside of the understanding of everything else, and I've done well for the last year in weight loss, but the premise of healthier living and everything else has to be based on caloric intake. You must know there's a mathematical aspect of it. So there's a scientific aspect with a mathematical base. You gotta watch your caloric intake. This is what has happened in the last day. So this was yesterday what we started with. I started with 248.9 pounds and I got 245.2. 7 half a day and 3 half a rounded pounds. I could tell you a lot of this is not so much liquid, but a lot of it would be waste, right? Because I had to get something. I'm going to be burning 2,500 calories because I'm still as active as I normally be. So every 2 days, really in actuality, you'll lose a pound of fat. But now I pass in waist whole day. Yesterday I passed in waist, and because I'm drinking water, it reached to the stage whereas you're just passing wind and froth. Liquid coming now. The substance that's coming out your body is more yellow because it's scraping the colon walls coming through now. Your body clean out your stomach acids coming now because they got nothing else. By tomorrow, the stomach gonna stop producing acid or produce very little acid because it is seeing food coming. All of these things you gotta research and know. So 3 pounds off in the first 35 hours. And as I tell you, with the first 5, we can do about 8 pounds. The waist, in the first 5 days, waist and thing. And what I plan now is when I come out, I can run with a calorie deficit to make sure I keep constantly losing pounds for the next 2 months. I go into January with this, but I gotta make something that's gonna energize me, that's gonna give me all the minerals and nutrients that I need. So I'm gonna be using eggs and pear, right? Teas. That is gonna be flushing my body with antioxidants. You gotta know, you gotta do your research. You gotta do some bit of research. I just can't hold you by hand and carry because look at me. I was losing weight. I was doing well. Never do any research on caloric intake and the balance that needed specifically from that. Right? Never done any research. And yesterday I was like, Christopher Colombo, what the hell is this? Because why calculate? I calculate. I go and research carnivore diet. And I know, well, here what? No, this is not fattening. This is healthy and stuff for you. But I didn't realize you can't just eat all you want. And the man is going to chow down for meat, full me belly, and done it. Then I'll have a glass of maybe, a glass of juice. What does that do for me? You got to watch your caloric intake. And you feel like me. Look at me. They got days that I did normal talking. For instance, I'm feeling a little... a bit of pain in the joints also because the body's drying. When you're in a lethargy, the body's drying from all over. It's getting rid of all the waste first. But I feel energized. Tomorrow, I'm going to start adding an hour of exercise because you gotta get the fat burning process going. And then I make sure when I come off, The refeeding process is most likely pears and eggs, mildly, very lightly. You're coming off. Groove the stomach back into it. You could do some like pickled cabbages and so I forget what it's called it. Things that are going to build back good gut biome. And once the body's fixed on that, you just keep running down burning fat. But at some point in time, I got to stop. And then you could go to anything. But I don't want to go back to eating things. Imagine putting things in your body because of the nice taste that it has. Is that what we live for? Is that what you live for? Eating nice things and getting exercise and get back. You don't understand? You don't watch it, some people. It catches up with you when you get old. I don't want to be afforded the opportunity. So this is the present situation now, right? This is where we're at. We're 254 tomorrow, 245. I'll give you an update again tomorrow, and we'll always have the day before, right? I also have photos that I prefer not to show, but sometimes I can show you. Sometimes I'm gonna show you is recorded. So I got photos with a front shot with my little love handles, and I got a front photo with a side shot, right? The little tummy I got. So you know where I came from when I started this. We gotta show it, right? So that is that. Let's get into it. So a truck driver sent this to me and complaining about. Now this here is a truck. This man doing a truck. Look at the height we there, and this is a bus. Decide for turn in front of this truck and thing, and you know I see the president come. Watch. Plus he turning at a place. Watch. You see this is it's a no U-turn sign. That's a no U-turn sign. He's not only turning recklessly in front of a truck, but he's turning a no U-turn sign. This is bus drivers. So the recklessness on the road is not limited to the truck drivers, but also now the bus drivers, and for a long time the bus drivers. The bus drivers held the position of most reckless and road users for a long time. It's all of them. So when the traffic department going out there running into trucks, the truck people, they got to deal with the bus people at the same time too. This is an experience we had yesterday that somebody sent into me. This here is the ridiculousness on the roads as it results to schools. I don't know if this is another student, and I don't know what's going on here, but you know, this should not be, but it's happened. I'm hoping the Ministry of Education is looking into this and is going to do whatever is necessary to discipline those participating in this. Here in the background, here, you know, this my thing. It is worrying how dumb a generation we are now developing. So boys are there watching and laughing at this. It is sad that this is the generation. Everybody stand by and look at this. It is sad, and that is where our society is falling. Poor moral standards being instilled in the younger generation. This is not something that should be seen as funny in no way, shape, or form. These are the things you have to train your children and instill in them. Boys don't stand idly by while girls fight. Girls are not physically and have never been physically stronger than boys. Two boys each hold them until pull them apart. You got boys hollering like girls. Like, my God. So I want to talk about the events Let me run my WhatsApp messages. Some people could call in and give their point. Let me run my WhatsApp messages. This morning I'm going to be brief. Excuse me.
Effin! Call your dogs off!
Shut your scunt are doing something!
Oh, yeah?
By make a meme with David Hines. Then by make a meme with David Hines. Good morning from tuning in live. Good morning, brother. Yeah. So, caloric intake. It's always shocked me when I see school children and teenagers years fighting in the streets. It's not shocking for me anymore. I see too much of that. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Critic's morning.
Good morning, sir.
I was listening to your program about the caloric intake and calories.
Oh my God, I'm such an idiot, boy.
But you still have it wrong, though.
Correct me.
You still have it wrong. The problem is not calories. The problem is insulin. There is only one thing in the human body that can create growth or storage.
It's insulin. Yeah. So how the me talking about a calorie deficit and insulin correlate? I don't understand.
No. Calories has nothing to do with weight gain. It's insulin has to do with weight gain. Go research it better, you're gonna see.
No. This is a matter of fact you're saying. But how does eating a whole load of fucking food that ignites insulin that is gonna create weight gain? How does that? Me not understand. Explain to me. So if you eat enough and control the insulin, you got a way of controlling insulin.
Listen to me. If you were to eat a pound of mangoes, listen to me literally. If you were to eat a pound of mangoes, and you were to eat a pound of sweet potatoes, and you were to eat a pound of beef, which one would raise the insulin? The reason that eating a pound of beef, eating a pound of sweet potatoes, and eating 10
No, but me ask here. We're talking about raising of insulin. We're talking about insulin effect on storage of fat in the body, right? This is weight loss, healthier living we're talking about. Now, I'm asking you saying the problem is insulin. Tell me, how do you control it?
How do you control insulin?
Insulin.
By bypassing the pancreas.
Oh, scunt. How you doing that?
Margaret, Critics go research it.
No, but you call. Man, what? Fuck you, man. You know the scunt you're talking about and you calling. You got called. I am telling you what I found out. Bypass the pancreas? What's wrong with these people, boy? You're just talking because you sound smart? The effects of the insulin hormone on the body is widely known. But insulin can't store nothing that it don't get. If you don't give it, it can't get it. Hello, good morning.
Critics, just a quick one with you. It's possible that these trucks could be governed and minibus. They don't go over like 40 miles per hour. Like what they do in England.
I think it's something we could look at.
Yeah, because these trucks going at 120 miles, 80 miles per hour is not good enough for the roads. So I think the government should bring these things into place.
A lot of the accidents that happen is not related with speed, it is more recklessness. Now, the video that was done, I show a video with a truck driving and a bus turning in front of it. The man move off. The girl that was crushed recently, she walked across in a truck that now moving off. It has to do with awareness, safety, and recklessness in the road.
Critic the speed into it. Look the one on Sheriff.
No, but the least of our problems is speeding. Now, you gotta look at it holistically. It can't be nothing specific. So you see a speeding truck on Sheriff Street, right? And that becomes the premise of our discussion. But before that, there was a girl that was hit down. Every day, there are accidents on the road that not seen. Cars turning in front. The drivers need to have an understanding that trucks have a blind spot. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's more than that. Road users need to be aware that these trucks have a blind spot. They can't see. They are not aware that you're down at the bottom there. They assume that because of the vantage point the person have, they're seeing better. No, they're actually seeing less. So it has to be holistic. You got to look at all the issues, and it comes from, no, I could honestly say that 50% of the truck drivers can't read the fucking name if they cite in mayonnaise on a sandwich. They would eat it out. How do they get a license? You got people that you expect to run ministries and all these things that put 4 years of effort in to get a degree, to get a job. Nurses put in years into becoming, teachers put in years into becoming, then you put fucking truck driver for the road and no education. We believe it's gonna happen. There needs to be at least a driving school with truck drivers and taxi drivers and minibus. 6 months. 6 months of a driving school.
Yeah, but critics, if they could get all of that, but if you wake up in the morning and you decide that you're going to drive the truck 67 miles per hour, no matter what
my brother, you can't do what you don't know, and that's why people calling and talking. If they don't know, it's better than that. But we gotta have the discussion. Here I tell you, they have never been trained. They may know that with the speed here, like people driving, once you go over 80 kilometers per hour, you need to hold the steering wheel with 2 hands. You got people to drive it one hand.
Yeah, but we don't want to go so fast, critics. I know people that train and they still break the law.
My brother, you still have the development of the country to go forward. It's not a country of fucking sloths and turtles. Who you talking about? It make no sense with the speed because of the fact that every country development depends on the movement of things. How long when you cut the speed, let me say we start going at 60. The development of the countries slow down by 50%. You can't get driving at 60 on the Linden Highway. You can't get driving at 60 on the Lethem to Linden to Lethem Highway. Clear highway. So certain you can't get driving at 100 through a fine street. No purpose for that. But when a man take off from the head of Sherry Street, he need to get to the other end as fast as possible. It's big 4-lane highway we make. You got to teach them. Then he can't drive like that under the influence of alcohol. You got to teach them they can't do what they don't know. They're driving from Guinness and Red Bull, the hype. When they crash, what happens? When they crash mentally, what happens? You think they crash physically? We can't stop the here. It gotta go in tandem. You can't wake up and you get an idea. It gotta go in tandem. Research, you gotta go into it, and you gotta start somewhere. Now the police up on the road, they only if they do the fucking work, the people not gonna speed. The police they're all over the road checking your documents. People ain't got documents is not the biggest problem in this country. The biggest problem is speeding. Set up more speed traps. They got a speed trap on the highway there. Let me hear every month who get catch for speeding. Everybody got an idea and want better for our country. What does it mean? Like the driving thing. Where you get the drivers from? You getting the young drivers. Where you get the drivers from? Where you gotta take them? When you come up now and you say here, before you go, you do your next test, you gotta go driving school. 6 months. 6 month driving school, 3 months. When the research is done, whatever would be adequate to bring somebody up to par with a better understanding of how to use our roadways. So I just saying 6 months. You understand? I just saying 6 months. But if they say 3 months, if they say 1 month, a schooling could think. But I can't tell them, man. You got India man driving truck here. Them man, well, they will tell you if you could drive in India, you could drive anyway. You got Chinese man driving truck when understanding. How do you know these signs, right? So let me look at that. So we talk about this. Let me get started this insulin thing. There's fuck all he talking about it. You got to watch your caloric intake. Insulin ain't got nothing for work on and what you used to. I'm not telling you eat 2 pieces of chocolate that is 2,500 calories and call it a day. If you're using things that are going to carry up your insulin, and the insulin activation in your body has other effects on you. When your body going up and down, it's like your body raging up and down when your sugar is. But insulin, if you're looking at healthier living and weight loss, nobody watching insulin. You're watching at what activates insulin. That is what we're talking about, the caloric intake. Then you tell me bypass your pancreas. What the fuck? How you come with them thing now? You got, if you know something, you got to tell me specifically. Insulin is the activation of insulin in the body several times a day is the cause. What activates insulin? Right now, I will have no activation of insulin. When I drink this water, insulin don't go up. He asked me about sweet potato and some mango, a pound of mango. Because of the natural sugars in mango, insulin will rage. Because of the natural sugars in sweet potato, insulin will go up, but it will not rage because of the fact that sweet potato got a fiber content. It goes through the body slowly. Meat, there will be an increase in insulin because that is the processing of food, but not so high. It'll have a balance. You can't avoid the activation of insulin when you eat anything. What you could do is moderate it and doesn't have it raging so. That's why if I have one meal, your insulin raise, and then you go down, or 2 meals a day, that's about it. People, every time you eat a sweetie, small around calorie, your insulin raise. And it has other effects on your body. Insulin ain't the problem. Because you came with that. Insulin is a natural activation of something in your body. That comes now, you were born with that. How you activate the insulin is the problem. That is where we're discussing caloric intake. You don't hear nobody talk about weight. Insulin when they talk about weight loss and healthy living. That's a part of it. They talk about what you put in to activate or ignite insulin. Yeah, buddy, talk to me.
Good morning, brother. Concerning the truck driving and the truck drivers, first we have to acknowledge one major problem we have in Guyana. We have a shortage of drivers. And most of all, we have a shortage of professional drivers. I'm not an intellectual on this matter. I'm a regular Harry who is be on the road. Now, no, don't laugh here, brother, man. I'm talking the truth.
No, yeah. I want to tell them. You extend.
Regular Harry, man.
Here I tell you, you extend a driver. Let me tell you, just for the viewers if you don't know, he's driving a donkey cart, but you are got a say in this thing. Well, not only that, he had truck and canter he drive, but most of his hours he drive a donkey cart. Hey,
Right,
I love you, bro. I love you.
I'll make you happy for the day.
Carry on.
Yeah, brother. Now, before I start drive a donkey cart, before I start to do things in Guyana, I used to work in an international ship. Right? People don't know that, but I can know now. I used to work in an international ship. I used to work with white people. Now, the visual aspect of working, the body started to break down after 4 hours when you're using your eyesight to be visual with what you're doing. Like
That's why you gotta get breaks.
Yes, you gotta get breaks. Now, if you know some of the drivers in Guyana, they might get paid like trips. So what happened? Instead of working 8 hours, some of these drive about 12 hours, 15, 16 hours.
Bye, don't talk about that.
And that is what breaks down the focus factor on a driver driving on the road. What the law should do, and how the law can do this, is get the companies in line. A driver cannot be behind the wheel for more than 8 hours. And I think you'll have more focused driver. I think you might have less accidents. And most of all, I think Guyana will be a better place.
No, obviously you get less accidents when you got people more focused.
Yeah, we will get more.
I don't think you factor in the educational level of Guyanese too, no? You know, the ignorance and arrogance comes from a lack of knowledge. Like, for instance, when I used to be a part of the Guyanese drivers' ignorance before I went to India. When I went to India and see, well, here you could do the fuck you want to do. You understand? Once you reach in the traffic there, you got to wait. Except you can't could fly. You understand? All the horns blowing is bare nice. And when you watch it, nobody's angry. Hey, a man run off the road, or you nearly jam my thing, and this man coming out and man blocking you like the prison officer. You understand? Blocking. No. Outside it don't work, sir. Cast the blood, come out and do you something. Real something's gone. They're left in there. You understand? Just drive on, go along your way. And I see it happens in the States, the road rage. But in India, less of a road rage thing. Everybody just doing what they got to do. You get the jam, a man come out. Watch, see, you get script, he got script. He can't even remember for the last script, if it's the 10th script or the 11th script. You understand? And they're just going about doing what they're doing. And it gave me a different appreciation for driving. Now when a man think, and nearly knocked me, you nearly knocked me, you could have killed me. Bye, me and dead, I glad. Me and dead and I alright. Go along your way, take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and I go about me day. Me losing sleep our whole day. Some people got problem in the fucking relationship and it come from the road driving. It's not them and the problem guy, the wife got problem. It's the drive, they come home, the man nearly jam me, nearly right off me car. You ever been in a fucking car with right off? You know what right off car does look like? You know where you got tech for get right off? You understand? He nearly right off me car, and I just want me car. Bye. Just thank God you ain't get nobody hit you today and move on with your life. You understand?
Now I'd like to leave one more point with you before I go. I want to make it very short. When we think that we driving hard in Guyana, remember the other day you urged me to go and take a visit to the States? I did. You urged me and I did. And I went there. Partner, when we partner them over there driving on the freeway, the highways.
We've been in Miami or New York?
New York.
New York, yeah.
Partner, I hold on for the door handle of the SUV. With the speed like see them man doing. Them man doing 140, 150.
Yeah,
them
that's just moving.
Slow. Them man if you drive slow on the highway, you can get charged.
Yeah.
Because you're holding up the traffic.
Yeah. They got speed limits and speed requirements.
On the highway, you can do speed, but you have to be visual, my brother.
The guy got the training. I don't think Guyanese got the adequate training, and we just got trained them.
And then you see, you instead of got a speed camera on the highway or something, you blame the company that own the truck, and they will set the drivers in place. The police can't do everything, my brother. Let me don't run from the fact. But the company is them. You blame the company,
and the company will get their priority right.
But we got started the police, they got to do more. They only there collecting paper and bribe on the road and lunch money and that kind of fucking thing, and is everybody bored? Everything is my board. Who gives a fuck if it's you bored? You could die all I don't care. You understand? Come and do your work, man. Do your work. I care is you bored. Do your job. Make the roads safe for Guyanese people. So let me go through this thing here so quickly. So the Attorney General, after Smelly Smell made a number of posts on her page suggesting the Attorney General gave her information, was feeding her with information. The Attorney General has since filed court proceedings here. I don't know how it's gonna work out. I don't even know what is it about, because if Smelly Smell said it's jagged your children, I don't see anything libelous. Right? I don't see anything libelous. If Smelly Smell this is jagged your children, my concern here is the passing of information. What Smelly Smell got caught up with is that everything she received might not have been the truth. There might have been deliberate attempts to bring down and destroy people, and nobody was left out. So the question here is, did he or did he not give her the information? Not whether the information was libelous. You see the picture with Jagdio children, it's Jagdio children. Ain't no lie. It's a true the picture that she's claiming he gave her. The discussion here is not all the claims that were made. It's whether the information was given. Nothing is libelous here. So, that has to be looked at. Now, let me read. In the High Court of the Supreme Court of Judiciary of Guyana, Judicature, it's actually Judicature of Guyana. To the defendant, right? Defendant Melissa Ann Atwell. A legal proceeding has been commenced against you in the claimant, by the claimant. The claim made against you is set out in the following pages. If you wish to defend this proceedings, you or an attorney acting for you must prepare a defense in Form 10A prescribed by the Civil Proceedings Rule 2016, serve it on the claimant and file it with proof of service of a registrar within 42 days after this statement of claim is served on you. So first thing, he has to serve the statement of claim on Melissa Ann Atwell. This will help to set a precedence for other people who have statements of claim, legitimate statements of claim to serve on her. If you fail to defend these proceedings, judgment may be given against you in your absence and without further notice to you. If you wish to defend these proceedings but are unavailable to pay legal fees, legal aid may be available to you by contacting a local legal aid office. This statement of claim has no validity if it is not served within 6 months of the date below, unless it is accomplished by an order extended that time. So if they get this statement of claim to serve it on Smelly Smell, Smelly Smell will just go into hiding for the next 6 months, and this becomes invalid. And Smelly Smell been in hiding all the time. So you can't find she except they got there walking around for find she in a party or something. Right? Charles is an ass. I sent you a video yesterday. I just want to remind you if it's a post. Tony, hey bro, I'm in Guyana and would like to meet up with you. What are we meeting about, brother? What I gotta do for you, brother? What are we meeting about? What I gotta do for you? So I gotta add exercise to the fast and to hasten this. Pandama Wines. Now they answer me. I messaged them Thursday. Good afternoon. Are you guys open? Today they message a day. The day in nature experience includes. Oh Jesus Christ. Now they message me. Yeah. So telling y'all, if it is serving 6 months, I didn't know. I never read them thing. When I hear this, that's why people just be hiding. People just come and the marshal them is act like if, but me know everybody else who be in eyes come and collect me thing, right? Everybody else be hiding. I want to know why the marshals be acting like there's some urgency or you know? They come all serious. Somebody got sign and read it. I say, yeah, I give all the marshals me number. I say, me number 622 something. Yeah, call me anytime. If y'all ain't get time to make anybody call back. Right? I call back and collect my thing, right? So they have Melissa Ann Atwell, 60 Parkside View Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, USA. Let me confirm that that's her address. She lives in an apartment building that under repairs presently, so I'm trying to confirm that the 160 Parkside Avenue. Let me get a Google view of this thing. Let me get a Google view, and I know the place. I know the place, so I know. I just can't remember the address. Google. What the hell is this? You send it to me? Nice. Let me see. 160 Park. Yes, that is the building that she lives in. So this is where Smelly Smell. This is our apart 160 Parkside Avenue. Yes, I could confirm that is the building. But outside, presently outside, he got maintenance going on. Recently they had maintenance going on. A month or 2 months back, they had thing going on outside. He got scaffolding and all them things. So that is, yes. So they got your address right. Anil got your address right. Right? So confirm that they got the address right. You gotta set the people, and when they build them downstairs, they got a thing areas. I don't know if they got offices in there, just apartments, but they got a reception. When you go in, normally an apartment building, like a condo, you ain't got nobody, but downstairs them got reception. At least at 120, at 160 Park side view. If there's your present address. Right? So, yeah. So we go on here now. The claimant claims damages in excess of $100 million for libel published and defendant on the 21st November on the social media platform Facebook page Melissa Ann Atwell, operated by defendant Melissa Ann Atwell. An injunction restraining the defendant, whether personally or through her agents, from further publishing or causing to be published on her Facebook page. Bear in mind, they got served this. She could say it how much time she want until the day they serve this. You can't put it up publicly. So she could say what she wants until she's served. You understand? The injunction is when you're served. She could be talking on the internet and will come in with the service. And then when she collect the service, you got to adhere to the court. Right? No, they ain't got no stores on the ground floor. The building ain't no stores on the ground floor. Can't tell you how I know. Social media thing. An injunction restraining the defendant, whether personally or through her agents, from further publishing or causing to be published on her Facebook page or any other social media platform or through any other medium. It's funny. It's funny that he doesn't want anything to be posted now. But she posts what she say, he tells she for say, on all social media platforms, and everybody had a day. Drag people wife through the mud, everybody had a day. It's irony is it? Funny thing. You see, I didn't talk about her thing because it didn't have substance. This is a legal document. You got cargage, as my friend say. Now you just say you gotta get cargage when you're doing a story. My thing is, what was libelous? What she should not say. And the extent of the issue here is not what she's saying, is what she suggests, who she suggests gave her the information. That is where clarity is needed. Either you did or you did not. Simple. Not a lawsuit restraining you from saying more and act anything. Both done gonna fall. We gotta ask ourselves why. Why this woman would claim that she was fed with all this information? A lot of it was misinformation. What was the intent? What was her intent? I don't know, but sharing the information. The Attorney General is bringing a lawsuit against her, obviously because he's denying this. But what was she intent? Where she get all this privileged information from? Can we get help there in understanding where and what horse she got in the race? Ask yourself, what benefits Smelly Smell? She's an extortionist. They just shake down people. Why would she go and attack Indar, Vikram Bharat, Jagdio, the First Lady? What plan, what program she got? Sometimes personal things. I understand if she talk about corruption. But people, woman, and the personal lives, when you attack, when Smelly Smell attack Vikram Bharat about some woman in Indar and accuse him of being with family members, what gain does it have to the opposition and Smelly Smell as an opposition mouthpiece. What gain does it have? If you catch them with corruption, misuse and malpractice in public office. But when she started these attacks, what pony she had in the race? This is the question that has to be asked. Yes, sir. That's all I ask him. Let me read. An injunction to restrain and perform. An order directing the defendant to immediately remove all defamatory publication. Now they're going to be up there for months. Because they got up to 6 months and she don't go into hiding. You can't get she. She ain't gonna come out of the apartment there. She might start going through the fire escape from now on. You mightn't smell back in the front of the apartment. And New York, she could always go and live another place. An order directing the defendant to immediately remove all defamatory publications and the claimant from her Facebook page. What defamatory? Is the Attorney General say he gave her the information, he didn't give her the information? That is the question. Because the gist of the matter is not what she said. It's where she said she got the information from. That is the thing. And don't get confused with people saying who lying and whether the story has merit or truth. She did get information from a confidential source. The veracity of that information, of whether it's truth or not, is not the question here. It's who was that source? Now, the government is silent. The government is silent. Nobody's saying anything. But I can tell you, people are grinding their teeth. People are looking on. Hello, good morning.
Cricket?
Hi, good morning.
Oh, good morning. How everything, man?
How can I be of help to you, brother?
I started in Polish, man.
Yes, my brother. How can I help you?
I like watching your program, man. That's what I call it. I like watching your program.
Now is not a time for gaff, my brother. I'm on my program. Is there any help you need?
Yeah, man. I need the cash grants, man.
Well, you'll be getting that soon.
Okay.
What? Do you work with government?
Yes, no. Here what happened now, you know, I'm finding really, man. I've been home doing 10-day work, man. Right?
You also will receive the cash grant in soon time. You have an ID card or a passport?
Yes.
Soon time you will get it.
Okay, brother, thanks.
Roger.
Okay?
Most welcome, brother. Even if you're a 10-day worker, the cash grant is delivered to Guyanese. You know, some people worried because they don't get so much. Like he's a 10-day worker and getting $40,000 for 10-day work. You understand? Yes. So Melissa Ann Atwell can post or put out any information she has all the time and every day until she gets this lawsuit. The funny thing, this lawsuit stipulates specific things. So she got anything new, they might have to revise this lawsuit. My concern is there any veracity to the allegation? Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Critic. Are you on your program?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just sent you a video, and I would like for you to air that video exposing the Enmore police station for not doing their job in helping a young lady sitting in the middle of the road who is mentally unstable. This has been happening for a couple of days now. And I went to the police station and I asked for something to be done. And the response was, they tried once and she wouldn't get off the road. And the police said they are humans too. I know they're humans too, but that's their job.
No, it's not their job.
Well, they have to do something about it to enforce law. They must do something about it.
Well, you don't know the demeanor that they could end up in.
Well, someone, Mr. Critic.
Well, someone, not the police, not necessarily the police. They ain't their job for deal with mentally ill
what
people.
the police could do is she's in the middle of the road.
Where's her family?
And that's a busy intersection, Mr. Critic.
Where's her family?
She's so mentally unstable, that's not a question that she would be able to answer.
It's sad that we've gone past
look at this.
her family or any personal body to take care of her or even know her or see her or even public spirit citizens want to help to lay blame on the police.
I don't think it's labeling blame on the police, but if the police call in the authority, they should know.
Well, that is what they're capable of doing. That is what they're capable of doing, calling somebody from Human Services, calling Georgetown Public Hospital Mental Health Division. That is what they're capable of doing, but anybody could do that.
Exactly.
Because it's a phone call. I don't think they could mandate the people to do.
No, absolutely not. What they could do, if they are in the authority, to call the right people to do something about it.
Well, let's hope they do that. I'll make a call. I'll look at the video and I'll make a call and try to see how we could get help for her.
Please do. Please do. Thank you.
The police ain't perfect, but you can't blame them every time. You ever go to the police station? Some of them look like they fucking got mental health issues too. Some of the police look like they got mental. You get mental health issues with Guyanese. Especially in more area. You understand? Weekend, all them drunk man and stuff that I got to deal with. All them madness that I got to deal with. Wife beaters. You understand? God cast you forget. I don't know if the police is get counseling. Some police need counseling. So let me deal with this here, sir. An order directing the defendant to immediately remove all defamatory publications and claimant from her Facebook page. How defamatory? The idea is saying no, you didn't give the information. You never had no talkings with this girl. Let's see. Such further or other orders that this honorable court may deem just. It just opened. The claimant is an attorney of good standing, admitted to the practice in the inner bar of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana and the Republic of Trinidad. Well, that is in dispute now. He's the Attorney General. But as a result of what is being said, until that is cleared up, good standing gone on the back burner. Like me coming and say, oh, I am the realest thing in Guyana and the most perfect human being in it. And with all them country you stack and all them lawsuits you get, you still want to be, you could be the realest thing. But you can't be perfect. You can't be the best thing and good and righteous and upstanding. No. Too much a thing. Allegations are being flown all about the place here. What we need is a direct, and the Attorney General has a program that he keeps on every Tuesday. I'm hoping that his program is centered around this issue and a valid explanation. It would be nice to hear. Because the girl showing pictures of video calls and all these things. I know the ability to go the route to say you'd get the Americans to extradite her for something. It can't happen with this. This guy, she got to take legal proceedings. They got to figure out the legal way. And I'm telling you, she will start hiding in her apartment for the next 6 months and start running on the fucking fire escape. You understand? For escape the fire. So let me go. The claimant was elevated to the status of senior counsel by His Excellency Irfan Ali. That's sad. That's sad that the claimant was elevated to senior counsel by His Excellency Irfan Ali. And in smelly smell statements, Irfan Ali and his wife have been a victim Imagine the claimant is now able to use or say that I was placed here by the president, no other than the president. And then somebody saying the claimant tells she for attack the president and his wife. These things have to be looked at. This irony, you call this irony. This is irony. The claimant is the incumbent Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, having been appointed by His Excellency. No, you can't get that. You understand? Imagine placed there by the president, and then a woman come in and say, you gishy information for attack the president and his wife. We need clarity here. The claimant is also chairman of the Law Revision Commission of Guyana and the executive member of Council of Legal Education of the West Indies. The claimant is also member of Cabinet of the Republic of Guyana, of which he's a member of the Cabinet of the Republic of Guyana, of which many cabinet members were attacked by this woman who is now claiming that he gave her the information. So I don't know how that cabinet don't work out. That cabinet might break up. You understand? There's trouble in the cabinet. Rats in the cabinet. That cabinet might break up. I don't know how that's going to work from now on. The claimant is also chairman of the law. The claimant is also a member of the Cabinet of the Republic. The Cabinet of the Republic of Guyana is tasked with aiding and advising the President in general, directing and controlling of the government of Guyana. God. There's a cabinet disaster. There's a fucking wardrobe disaster. There's a cabinet. I think it's a wardrobe. This is a part of a wardrobe. The Cabinet of the Republic of Guyana comprises of His Excellency Mohamed Irfan Ali and the Prime Minister, First Vice President, the Honorable Mark Phillips, and Second Vice President and former President of the Republic of Guyana, Bharat Jagdeo Vikram Bharat, Ministry of Natural Resources, Priya Mani Chan. It's surprising that now in the legal proceedings, the names of the people who were attacked are being called as a premise for these proceedings. What irony! I can say I am no legal luminary. But this is ironic. In my English accent, I must say, what? Hogwash. The audacity. Minister of Priya Mani Chan, Minister of Education, and other ministers. The claimant previously served as Attorney General of Legal Affairs of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana between 2011 and 2015. The claimant is a member of Parliament for the Cooperative Republic of Guyana and has been a member of Parliament continuously since 2016. 2006, as a matter of fact. The claimant is a central and executive member of the People's Progressive Party. That, if not, this matter is not cleared up, that will be brought into disrepute, I must say. I am not a member of the People's Progressive Party, but knowing the People's Progressive Party's modus operandi, and their methodologies and the structure of the party, it is of utmost importance that the people who are part of the party maintain a certain level of integrity as it relates to their doings And I'm hoping the Attorney General will be able to show some bit of evidence and proof, hopefully before Melissa Ann Atwell, that these allegations are merely spurious ones. Right? Okay. So if we could make haste and disprove these spurious, most sanctimonious allegations. Huh? Come on now. The claimant is Central Executive Member of the People's Progressive Party, and as I say, when I say that, I pause. That will be brought into dispute also. The defendant is a social media personality on Facebook and a social media platform operating the page Melissa Ann Atwell. The claimant operates the claimant operates Facebook page Muhabir Anil Nandalal with 21,000 followers, and Muhabir Nandalal SCMP with 77,000 followers. Well, all the more effort need be made to dispute Melissa Ann Atwell allegation, since she has 100,000 followers. All the more haste needs to be made. Come on now. Let's get going. As of September 2024, Facebook has 3.06 billion monthly users. As a social platform, media platform, Facebook allows persons to create pages and post texts and videos and photos, but it can't go. I must say, Facebook can't go on its own. What is being discussed here is where the information came from that was posted to Facebook. Not whether Facebook posts or how Facebook works. We know that. That much we know. The discussion here needs be, where did the information come from? Hear ye, hear ye. A post comprising of text, videos, and photos can be liked, shared, created to, and commented on by other users of Facebook. Well, I would want to think when the information was given to, it is good. This here too is irony. Because at least the Attorney General and his lawyer has an understanding of how Facebook works. Because I would want to think whoever gave Melissa Ann Atwell the information, they hoped that people would have liked and shared and commented. Isn't that the intention? Now, being identified by the claimant? Oh, I don't know. I myself am just a man of meager means. Not well read, I must say, in legal proceedings, in no way a legal luminary. But I try my best, I must say. I'm trying. I will try, and we will go through this and decipher it. And if one uses one's common sense, of which most Guyanese don't have, you might be able to come to some sort of a conclusion that this is hogwash. Let's continue. Scuttle on. A person can, within their post on Facebook, tag the page of another user on Facebook, thereby increasing the number of persons who can see, read, and observe a post or publication made on Facebook? Yes. So it suggests here that the Attorney General and his learned attorney has a very good understanding of how Facebook works. Again, no one disputes or is disputing that. What is the center of the dispute here is whether there is any veracity to the allegations of Miss Atwell receiving her information from the Attorney General. A person on Facebook can generally be accessed by, shared, and disseminated by 3.065 billion monthly users on Facebook throughout 157 countries. A lot of information here. The defendant, under her Facebook page, has over 130,000 followers who are immediately notified of and can read, share, react to, and comment on publications made by the defendant on her Facebook page. Well, I would want to think the defendant intended to do so, and the informant expected her to do so. Our question again is, who is the informant? Is there any truth to the fact that the Attorney General might have informed or given information, whether true or false, to Melissa Ann Atwell? That, for me, is the most important thing as we sit here today. I will be looking on and enjoying what happens in the meantime. I could only imagine behind closed doors, everybody's looking at each other, because the trust once had is now lost. How do you regain, if there is any possibility of regaining trust in such an atmosphere? Now, you might think the government of Guyana and the president of Guyana is very quiet, but I'm hoping in my Thursday's questioning of the vice president, Thursday come, he will bring some clarity to these allegations that are being made. Since him too has been the center of smear by Melissa Ann, who now claims to have received information from the Attorney General. And this is just claims. The Attorney General, we're reading here a document from the Attorney General that in its entirety is disputing these allegations. But I can't say it is satisfactory to satisfy or quail the interests of the multitudes. Oh. Let's continue now. Sit, class. Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. I just can't tell you the claimant thing that you have there, the address. If the address she used is a fake address, the address is from the movie Home Alone Part 2.
No, sir.
In the address on the thing.
No, sir. That is not a fake address.
Oh, okay.
I know. I could tell you that I know that personally and not by Googling it. That is not a fake address.
All right, cool.
Safe. And if there's no, they got fake addresses in movies. Is a when people say Times Square, they ain't movie making in a place. They got fake addresses. When you see lot 10 Downing Street, the residence of the Prime Minister of England, right? Is lot 10. You do these things to enhance these places, right? That is not a fake address. I can't tell you how I know, but I could. Basically, 160 is what name again? Let me see what Rabbi sent to me. One 160 Parkside Avenue, I could tell you I'm so certain that it exists. I could put my neck on a black, and y'all know you don't put my neck on a black for nothing. You know what I tell you? Oh! Yes. It's a real place. The defendant under the Facebook page, the defendant and other social media personalities residing outside of Guyana have routinely published statements on Facebook libeling persons in Guyana and have published statements that are racist, inflammatory, and incite racial violence amongst the criminal offenses in Guyana. These are inclusive of statements concerning the government of Guyana, important functionaries of Guyana, government of Guyana, and public officers of the state of Guyana, and the private sector in Guyana. Now, that is not the dispute here. Melissa Ann Atwell has libeled, dragged people through the mud, and these are matter of fact that the Attorney General is now stating. She is now claiming that she got the information from the Attorney General. And again, that is our only concern. Because I ask myself, who has an interest in seeing the Vice President defamed? Minister Indar accused and defamed. Minister Priyamani Chan, personal issues being put out there, and a lot of them are embellished. Whether the information is factual or not, Melissa Ann Atwell is saying, hello, good morning.
I would like to find out something.
I'm all ears.
When a person missing, right? Can you, as Daily News or Newsroom, to post a picture up, or do you have to go and file a missing person report for us at the station?
If somebody's missing, a lot of times the family members ask us to post up a picture. And you would do it. You don't have to file. I would advise people to file a police report, and you just put up missing after 24 hours. I cease to put up missing photos of any young lady between the age of 13 or 10 and 18, because they don't be missing. It's gone and take man and then come back.
Well, my father has been missing for the past 2 weeks, and nobody has known who part he is, nor the hospital.
No, well, you send the photo to me, and I will post it up. There's not a thing. It's a big man. Big men don't go missing. You understand?
Okay.
The little girls, I don't post no photo because it's just gone with a man and then come back, and then got everybody worried. But you want to put up a photo with your father?
Yeah.
You don't have to. Did you make a report that he's missing now?
No, I didn't go to the station as yet.
How long now he missing?
For the past 2 weeks, his workplace said that he missing, and the lady where he living by said for the 2 weeks he didn't come home either.
Jesus Christ, that's a long time. You need to make a report to the police station, because what the police helps you with. Now, there's a few things that happen. There are 25 bodies at the morgue at Georgetown Hospital right now, presently are unidentified. Right? So when you put a name and you give a description, they send an all-out bulletin to all over the country. You can't pass and go, let them, because they got 3 outposts. One at Maburo, one on its way to the crossing, and one over the crossing. The Essequibo River. So let them, you're going to know you're going there, because you got to stop and say, here, I go in this direction. Or if you go into Madio. You understand? If you go to Borbis and something happened to you in the hospital, all out bulletin go out, and people will be looking for him. So you need to make a report first.
Well, we on the East Bank living.
No.
Living on the East Bank.
When you make a report to any police station, they make the country aware of a missing person. Adult male, age, race, everything. So if anybody see him, or his body is found anywhere, you will be informed. So you need to make a report as soon as possible. In the meantime, once he gone for about 2 weeks, you could send a picture to me and I'll post it up with his age, where he was last seen, where he's worked, certain specific things that be able to people to pinpoint and start knowing where to look and what to look for. If you have any idea of what he was wearing the last time he went out. What is his age?
He's 79.
Does he suffer from any illness that caused him to lose memory and these kind of things?
No.
Where was he working?
He was working at the gas station at Moko as a security.
Security. And how far from they live in?
He live in Diamond, and then he moved out and got to Friendship.
Because I'm trying to understand the movements he got reached to walk. And if he working at the gas, does he have to gas station opposite the police station?
Yeah.
Well, most likely they have cameras and them kind of thing. They would know his movement when he left. If he left in a bus, yes. What exactly happened? So,
well, how I'm getting to understand certain things. Sorry, the lady we living by, the lady said she didn't see he, and now last night I hear one of his friends turn and said that he hooked up with a place right in Friendship there by a man named Buddy. And up now this morning I hear that my father in the day, my father move out and got Enmore, and the family them at Enmore saying that father ain't come back yet, and the whole family worrying about you right now.
well, I don't think you guys are worried enough because you're listening to Vital. You need to make a report. A man missing 2 fucking weeks. Y'all ain't worried enough. You need to make a report to the station.
We'll go.
Roger that. I'll send the details to me. Yes. Back to this lengthy legal document here. And I might say with over $3 billion in lawsuits, of which I'm a defendant in, I must say I'm somewhat of a bit of an expert and have more than a right to decipher this. Huh? Don't you think? The defendant and social media personality residing outside of Guyana has routinely published statement. Yes, that's all of them. We want the information we should get to publish. As a result, the government of Guyana, through its legal representative, you imagine how empowered she was. Everybody's wondering, how smelly thing. What's the problem? Because if the Attorney General is the person who could bring you back to this country, if you attack people, and you're claiming the Attorney General is giving you information, you had free reign. The audacity is worrying. Again, I must say, in this document itself, the Attorney General is disputing what she's saying. But he's brought a libelous suit, and I see no libel. I see the contention of dispute here is whether or not the information was given or not. Simple. Facebook records everything. YouTube records everything. All calls, transactions. What they are incapable of recording is the details of your call. But if there is one instance of the Attorney General and or his wife and or his servants in contact with Melissa Ann Atwell, that is an issue that warrants an answer. I say again, if there has been one instance, provable instance, if this information that was given How was it given? Was it sent via WhatsApp messages? No. Melissa Ann Atwell will have to prove. But again, we are looking at the likelihoods of this to happen and why. As a result of the government of Guyana, through its legal representative, the claimant is, in his capacity as Attorney General, has informed the nation of the government of Guyana is working with the United States for Guyana Law Enforcement Agency and with law firms in Guyana, retained for the purpose of taking action against persons residing in the United States of America who publish similar and such statements that can and are intended to cause public injury. In this regards, only recently the claimant included a retainer contract on behalf of the government of Guyana with a United States law firm. In consequence thereof, on the 21st November 2024, the defendant, with knowledge of the stance taken by the government of Guyana through the claimant, began a malicious and spiteful defamatory campaign against the claimant on her Facebook page. Well, I will not go further into this. I can say, if the Attorney General is saying it is not him, being the Attorney General and having the understanding and the background that he has, and the ability to garner the support of law enforcement and legal aids of Guyana and America, legal assistance, he should help us in an understanding of who gave her the information. Because knowing how malicious the individual is, Melissa Ann Atwell, there is an area of dispute of her allegations, while there's much belief in it. But the Attorney General will have to help us with a bit of an understanding of who. Because she's also known to be well funded by other persons. She's known to be affiliated with the opposition. One has to ask oneself, what would have been her intent? She received information. Efforts are being made to have her returned to Guyana to face charges for presumed crimes committed. Outside of that, she has or have accessed what can consider to be privileged and personal information. How did she get that? I'm supposing for the better good of Guyana, the better good of the government, we need to get to the bottom of this. And for now, I rest my case. Melissa Ann Atwell, I suppose you could hide and post for the next 6 months. You have the opportunity to put all the information and proof that you have in the public domain. Ta-ta now.